Hello, beautiful people of the internet. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Malik Sterling, and if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, kindly subscribe, like, share, and leave a comment. If I'm within that frame of space to answer your questions, I will definitely get to your questions. So now, as we all know, Qatar is hosting the World Cup, and about 4 or 5 years ago, when it was announced that Qatar was going to host the World Cup, Qatar received a few backlashes from most countries and also received a lot of praises from most countries. Most countries were like, Qatar is too small to host the whole world. Most people were also like, okay, it's good because it's going to be good for Qatar. I mean, at least Qatar is going to be exposed to the whole world for people to, for investors to come into Qatar and do businesses. So, well, I sat down, I did my checks, my background checks, and I was able to come up with about 10 post-FIFA World Cup advice for people living and working in Qatar. Things that are going to happen after the World Cup. Have you ever thought of it? Like, okay, so after the World Cup, well, Qatar has gotten all the exposure and probably investors are here to do more businesses, or investors are leaving. What happens to people living and working here? I gathered a few things that I think, they are important. So stick with me. Let's get into today's video. So the first on the list is the job demands are likely going to drop. Now, I'm sure from early this year, January till now, Qatar has received a lot of people flocking into the country to work. Most hotels are employing, most construction companies are still employing, while some are done with their construction work. So have you asked yourself, all these companies that are employing for the World Cup, after the World Cup, what happens? They don't need you anymore. That is why most of the contracts nowadays are just about 3 months 3-month contracts. Most of them are also like 6. The maximum ones are just about 1 year contract. So after the World Cup, then it means you might be given an NOC to look for another job, which, well, could go wrong sometimes because, Qatar, and I know how looking for a new job can be hectic, So second on the list is going to be more companies are likely to shut down. So more companies are likely to shut down because most of these companies that are open here are opening because of the World Cup. So new restaurants are opening, new hotels are opening. Well, hotels are definitely not going to close, but mobile hotels, or let's say coffee shops that are opening because of this World Cup. There are a lot of little companies that are being established around lately, and after the World Cup, they wouldn't be needed around anymore. I'm sure most of them are going to leave, and now it's okay if they leave, but what is going to happen to the staff or the people who are working for the company? It's going to be another problem for you to look for another job elsewhere. It's stressful sometimes. So on the list again is companies are likely to reduce their salaries as well. So now this is a bit tricky. You work in a company, and the company is not going on well because it was established because of the World Cup, and now the World Cup has ended. So business is not coming like before. Now, this is what some companies do. They decide to cut the salaries, and if you complain too much and you think you cannot work with them, then what do? You leave, right? So when you leave, they get comfortable because they don't know how to kick you out of the company. So the only way to get you out of the company is to cut your salary, and when they cut your salary, trust me, you will definitely go look for another job, or you will definitely leave. So on the list again is more companies are likely to be created if investors find new opportunities. So now I'm sure this World Cup, almost everyone coming to this country is coming to enjoy the football, or is coming to enjoy the tournament. Most of the people coming into this country are investors. They are here to check the places where they can establish businesses, where they can establish. Qatar has a lot of beaches. Maybe some of these investors are probably here to establish something at the beach or something, So this is like the positive side of it. Most investors will try and find new things to do here in Qatar, and that is also going to fetch, or that is also going to help the residents living here who don't have work to do. People like us, you know what I mean? Not the locals. For sure, the locals, they don't need the investors, maybe. So on the list again is new laws are likely to be implemented. If you've been in Qatar for quite some time now and you follow their news, Qatar is a country that can change their rules just like this. Today, there's a rule, there's a rule being passed here and the next morning is being changed. So, well, most of the rules might be changed and most of them might favor us. Most of them might also not favor us. So that is also another point. And also the cost of living. Yeah, not to forget about that. I think for the past 3-4 months now, the prices of groceries and things over here in Qatar, even the rentals has really risen to another level. Like, I mean, probably because of the World Cup. So let's hope after the World Cup, maybe they're going to stay same or they're just going to drop to their default states, which might help us. But if not, and they still stay same, this is really going to be a headache for the people here in Qatar. Yeah, so this will also be the end of today's video. If you like this video or if you have any question to ask, just ask in the comment section and I will definitely answer your questions for you. Please comment, like, share this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. See you in the next video. Bye.